Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. I am just here with our new space station and a few things have changed since you've last seen it. Okay, not as much as it looks, don't panic. So from the last video, me and Stanley were basically going to go through and create this octagon type structure here and layer out the armor. So let me show you what we've done. There's no point in us recording it because it was literally just placing thousands of blocks. This is the core room here that you might remember. So that's it, still as we left it in all its glory. Obviously we've still got plenty of stuff to do in there, fill it with actual blocks, consoles, and make it look nice, lights and stuff. So around that core room we built this octagon, and we've made it. We're going to make it 5 layers thick in armor. So you can see here where I've created the framework of the vertical spires that are going to come off. So we can see here we've got our outer layer of combat steel so that we can benefit from the steel textures, and then 3 layers of armored concrete, and then on top of that we're going to have another armored concrete layer across here, and that is going to be essentially the inner hull, if you like. And then throughout this octagon we're going to build a number of rooms, chambers and things like that. I think I need to talk to Static about this and actually plan this out, but I'm thinking that from the gantry, which is going to be over here, and this spans out all the way over there as far as the game will let us take it, this gantry, which is going to be where the CVs are going to sort of dock up against. I say sort of because obviously you can't actually dock CVs to bases, so they're just going to sort of park up against this gantry. I'm going to put some hangar doors in here. Now inside this gantry, again, bearing in mind I'm going to need to layer the armor a bit. Not too much because this is just a giant corridor and nothing important going to be in here. So I'm not going to go crazy with the armor layering down here. But this is going to be somewhere you can actually fly an SV down here and into the octagon here. And as you can imagine, obviously the scale of this comes to light once you actually go through this tour and you're like, whoa! But this is going to fill up a bit. Probably going to level this off here, so it's actually going to be a floor in line with this combat steel block here. The floor is going to be in line with this, and it's going to span all the way across, and then the ceiling as well will be in line with that. So I'm thinking a large open rounded room hangar. Let's say it's a hangar all the way around the core room here, all the way around, and I might dig this out and create another gantry where you're going out the other side. And so essentially you'll be able to fly your SVs into the base from your CVs, providing you park them correctly, or even if you haven't, to be honest, you're going to be able to fly them into here and park them up and access the adjacent rooms, hangars, storage, constructor rooms, whatever. We haven't figured out how we're going to actually lay the rooms out, but obviously we've got to do something with these spires as well. And the spires are interesting because I want to set up an elevator system using SV shuttles. So we're going to have a bit of fun with the spires, but essentially the spires are going to have things attached to them, so they'll just otherwise be pretty hollow. They won't have much in them, but attached to the spires, kind of modular in design, will be things like fuel tanks, O2 tanks. On the very tips we'll have solar panels, solar panels we can have at least anyway. And I was thinking about as garden as well, and attaching like little greenhouse pods around the tower, sort of circular in shape to as best degree as we can get them, but around the tower to look like they're coming off, and then above that you can have like O2 tanks, huge O2 tank type structures going around that, and then above that you'd have like this solar panel array thing. Now obviously in the games only allows 20 solar panels a structure at the moment, so The solar panel structure that I have in mind might be mostly aesthetic, but you know, we can put at least 10 up there and 10 down there or something. And on the lower one we can do a similar sort of thing. We can have like another sort of bank of, I don't know, like, well, it could be anything. We could make them storage containers, or we can make them rooms, like living quarters, whatever. And then we can have like fuel tank things around there, and then another sort of set of solar panels down there. So yeah, and the other thing is that Static wants to do, and I think this will look amazing, is where I've got the Naginata parked here is kind of right in the way, but against this gantry, or connecting to this gantry, will be a ring-like structure that will go around the octagon, all the way around, and attach on this side as well. And if I build another gantry way out the other side, it'll attach on that side as well. And that will be the SV hangar system. So it'll be as wide as the gantry, so you could fly down it. But essentially it will be hangar bay, hangar doors, key points around it, and essentially landing bays within for SVs. Just dozens and dozens of SVs park on that ring. I don't think it'll look awesome. We haven't framed out the ring yet. I'm going to wait for Static to do that because it's his idea. So what I'm going to do in today's episode is I'm going to sort of flesh out this gantry here a little bit. So that's again going to be placing a lot of blocks. I'm going to use the Naginata as a guide in terms of where to place like gantries and docking door, what are they called? Hangar doors, those things. But looking at, I mean, the game would only let us go that far with it. So taking into consideration how wide the butt of the Naginata is, the front is great because the front is really narrow. So I could have like, I could probably get like 3 hangar doors along there. But when you take into account the ass on that thing, it's probably actually only going to be 1 once I've finished with it, because I want to put some kind of, I don't know what to call it, like shielding, I suppose you could say, around the end of the gantry. Not curved, but kind of like bigger in the middle than it is on the edge. Around the end of the gantry that sort of shields the ships that are parked up against it. So with that all in consideration, and the ring that's going to attach to this, I think I'm only going to be able to fit one Naginata sized ship, or slightly bigger than a Naginata, on either side of this gantry. So which is why I'm thinking maybe we need another one over there on the other side. So anyway, I'm going to move the Naginata a little bit over so I can align her gigantic bottom up with the edges of this gantry. Right, let's have a fly in here. Reaver's Fate looking gorgeous as ever. Ow. Now I've left RCSs off, so I can't actually rotate the ship because I've got it lined up pretty well against that gantry in terms of straight line. So if I wrong way, if I move that way, try not to hit the defense station there as well. I think we kind of parked it a bit close. Yeah, we're clear. We should be fine. So that there, I think, is perfect docking. Now the shielding that I'm speaking about putting on the end of this gantry isn't going to go anywhere near towards the end of the Naginata there. In fact, it's probably only going to come up to about halfway down the hangar bay, I guess. I mean, I'm eyeballing it here, but yeah, it's not going to be a massive thing. It's just going to sort of give poignance to the fact that that is a docking bay. And there will be another identical one on the other side. This is quite a tight parking spot, really, isn't it? There's not a lot of room there. Perhaps we should have placed the station a little bit further away. I'll put the... Well, yeah, I mean, I'm going to put a gantry on the other side as well, so it should be fine. But I kind of... The dimensions are a little bit off with the... lag. With the station, because I kind of wanted the spires and this gantry to be a lot longer than they are, but they are... That is as far as the game will allow us to take. And with the size of the octagon there in the middle, I just think it's going to look a little bit out of proportion, but... We'll have to wait and see, and just... see what it looks like. I think it'll be okay. I think, yeah, it might look a bit funny, but we can only do as much as we can do. And ultimately, the octagon, I'm calling it the octagon, probably won't stay called the octagon, but the octagon will be the largest part of the station. It will be the hub of the station. It will be the main hive of activity, which is why it's 5 layers thick in armor. And that's before you even get to the individual rooms, of course. But like I said, I'll talk to Static about the layout of the rooms and what we want to do with those. So, right, let's figure this out. So I've parked the Naginata roughly where I think we should place the hangar doors for each dock. Hangar doors, they A, are huge, and B, we probably want to make them even bigger. So let me rotate that. And before I do anything more, let me switch on symmetry. So, that middle, symmetry please. Is it that one? Yes, it is that one. That middle. Let's count the blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is middle. Good, 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 good. Right. This is actually quite tricky because also with this particular bit is I don't want it to be perfectly square. Is that too big? Because I'm like, how do I place it? Because you can only place it when you get so close to it and then it will show up. Go down anymore, hit page down, but nothing's happening. I might just need to place this and kind of trial and error it. Or I tell you what I could do is if I place a middle-ish. There you go, look. And now that is definitely too big. Let's try size down. Again, too big. Try size down again. Right, here we go. That looks a bit better. Put one there. Another one. Easy. There. Look at that. There you go. Right. Right. Let's take the guide blocks out. Right. And I do much prefer building in creative mode because I could just shift right click those and they'd be gone on both sides, but obviously in survival I have to use the multi-tool and do it on both sides. But you know, when you're doing collab builds, you haven't really got a choice. Right. So that's pretty cool. We've got our docking bay doors. So what I might do is I might stack them up a couple of doors, just so that they can't just be shot through. You know, if this place gets attacked by, say, SVs or something, one volley of rockets will blast through those doors, and that's it. You know, they can fly straight into the station and cause all sorts of damage. I need to... Is that level? Oh, it is level. Oh, never mind. I don't need to. Sorry, confused there. Three doors thick. I think we'll be fine. For now, at least. Anyway, there we go. Right. So I can add in some signal logic, so that ships on approach. Now, do I want to do that? Bear in mind what I just talked about, a ship blowing through the doors. And then just put a motion sensor in that opens them for them. Yeah, brilliant idea. So, that's our doors. And I'm going to try and do some kind of shaping. I don't want this to be just a square gantry. A little bit of shape to it would be nice. But for now, it's going to be a square, and then I'll try and shape it a bit better later on. Okay. I'm going to speed this bit up because this is basically just going to be me placing a lot of blocks. Okay, I think I'm going to pause this episode here. I've completed most of the gantry. It's starting to really take shape. The shield thing that I was talking about earlier on the end of the gantry arm thing, majig, I don't know what to call it yet, but that's about done. So yeah, I'll complete this in the next episode and carry on from there. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Till then, take care. Bye bye.